close our clinics. We need all 12 mental health clinics. Instead of talking about closing clinics, we need to increase the number of clinics that we have. We are talking about people and their lives. People depend on these services. That us as taxpayers, and I think the mayor forget, we are taxpayers. So what he's doing is not necessarily for the taxpayer, what he's doing is not for us. We pay taxes too.
This being a People's Budget Assembly, this People's Budget Assembly is open to everyone. We had invited, in particular, Mayor Rahm Emanuel to come here and attend this People's Budget Assembly. Does anybody see Mayor Rahm Emanuel in the building? Is he here? The city is currently facing a budget shortfall, right? We know there's money that's missing in the budget, and that part of the excuse to make up for that missing money is to close these clinics. We wanted to be able to speak about that, have a dialogue about that, but because the mayor is not here, we need to go to him, right? So we're going to exit this place, and we're going to go over to City Hall, and we're going to make sure that City Hall hears what we have to say. But we need to go over to City Hall quietly, right? We need to go over there quietly so they don't quite hear us coming. We're going to go in two groups, one on the Washington Street side of City Hall and one on the Clark Street side of City Hall.
Keep hitting the buttons.
The City Council of the City of Chicago is scheduled to vote on the 2011-2012 budget for the city. And in that budget, the city's Department of Public Health is threatening to close the six of the 12 remaining mental health centers that are in the city of Chicago, which are located primarily, almost exclusively, in black and brown neighborhoods in the city of Chicago. And if somebody were to look at this budget, right, they would see that this city is cutting taxes for some of the richest corporations in the city of Chicago, and it's also cutting services for some of the neediest Chicagoans. And at the end of the day, the mayor is saying there's what, a $640 billion budget gap, right? The closure of these mental health care clinics and the privatization of its health centers is only going to save the city $3 million. So at the end of the day, this action is a penny wise and a pound foolish. Being here in the city of Chicago in a moment where we have record levels of unemployment, closing these clinics are going to make even more hardworking citizens unemployed.
And when they're closing health services, it not only does not save money for the taxpayers, but it's devastating for those patients who need health services.
It's a matter of expense for me.
It's a matter of expense for me.
Because if Beverly Morgan Park Clinic is closed, I'll have to go to a private clinic and pay $15 a week. I don't have that money.
And I think that us being here today is a very powerful action, showing that we are here, that there are a lot of people in this city and this world that is fighting for health care.
My name is Nadonna Carter. I've been dealing with mental illness since I was 11 years old. I've attempted suicide 3 times. I've been hospitalized since I was 11 years old. For as many as 6 months. My sadness grew. As I grew older. Being able to be at the clinic. not want to die every day.
Has helped me not want to die every day.
When I think of the clinics,
When I think of the clinics,
I sometimes think about dying.
I sometimes think about dying.
There are many of us who paid into the system.
There are many of us who paid into the system.
To lose the clinics
To lose the clinics
would be a way of dying.
would be a way of dying.